Good evening. What's up? What's down? What's sideways, guys? Day 51. Chronic fatigue syndrome. My friend, my enemy, my constant companion. Um, I'm hot. It is, it is a beautiful combination of hot and humid here where I'm in Australia. And after a certain point, my body just goes, nope, you needed to know this. Yes. So, what I thought I'd share is what I've seen a lot is people going like, "Hey, do you have body um, body fluctuations in temperature, hot and cold, and that kind of thing?" Um, I know personally, yes, I I am naturally a hot person, uh, and it's just been because of my training that I can kind of mitigate some of the effects it has on me and still function as well as I'd like to. But yeah, I've always had heating problems. Like when I was a baby, uh, it was kind of like I might die. And then growing up, I would get I would get so hot I would lose weight. Like I'd get hot for like a day or two. It was ridiculous. I remember there'd be like these 1 or 2 day hot. I don't know what it was. I don't think it was fever. I would just get so hot, and sometimes I'd lose a lot of weight. Um, I remember once I lost the better part of 10 kilos over like a weekend, like a 3 4 day thing. Um, and I don't know how that happened because I don't think that's normal. Um, but I was like in the 80s, and then I was down to the 70s over that weekend. So that was a really weird. I'm hoping I just had my numbers wrong or something like that, but I've not hit 80 in all that time. That's been a long time. But I will also I'll go the other way because my family don't do anything by halves. You know, if you're going to get chronic fatigue syndrome, you're going to get it when you're a child. If your family's going to have chronic fatigue syndrome, it's not going to be one person, it's going to be all the males. It's a real bonding experience. Don't try it. It's not fun. There are better things, like sticking bamboo skewers up your fingernails. Still wouldn't want that either, but um, one event of bamboo skewers or CFS for your life. Not really much of a choice. So I'll go the other way. I'll get extremely cold. Like I will. I it used to happen frequent enough that I used to have a test, but I could go from fine to like I was in a freezer after I'd just taken an ice bath. Like I would, it was like it was hypothermia. Just that extreme cold. Like no temperature. I would have to be rugged up as quick as I could and just wait for it to pass and hope that I could get warm enough. And sometimes really extreme. And like I said, so it used to happen enough that I had a test for it. And the test was, I'm using my hand to hold this up so I can't show you. I'd put this hand on a, so I'd put one hand on the wrist and go and try and like squeeze my arm. And if my tendons hurt, because it was a specific kind of hurt. Like you can have tendon pain with fibromyalgia syndrome, so it had to be a specific kind of pain. And if my tendons hurt in a certain way, I knew that my temperature, like I think by that time, like it had dropped. I just hadn't felt it. I knew that I had to rug up real quick. Like we're in Australia, so this could happen in summer. I could need a full um, like a full winter sleeping bag in summer. Didn't happen often in summer, but could happen in summer. Or it might be in winter, and I might have like an ice block, and that would be enough to just boom, gone, internal temperature down. Um, I never thought to get a thermometer and try it out. It's just like see what my actual temperature was. But it was just always so extreme. So I have these extreme um, fluctuations. Either really hot, and I find it very hard to cool down. Like right now, my insides feel. It's a really weird. I feel like I'm like a pressure cooker. It's hard to explain. It's not hot like standing out in the sun hot. It's like inside's cooking. It's weird. And then all the way to the other where I'm absolutely cold, just cold, like 0 degree temperature, nighttime cold, where you're just shaking because you weren't prepared for it and you didn't bring enough blankets. That kind of cold. And I've experienced that, so I know that it's similar. Um, I can I can go to bed and wake up cold, or I can go to bed and wake up hot. Um, Winter or summer, like my body just meh. In summer, I'll generally wake up hotter than when I went to bed. But I can also wake up cooler. So, um, my brain is keep wanting me to say the word hypothalamus. I think that's responsible for the. I said hypothalamus, like the no, the screen went funny. That's cool. I think that's responsible for our temperature. I could be really wrong, but my brain just wanted me to say the word hypothalamus. Sounds cool. So the fluctuation in temperature does happen. So because I've had that extreme heat, I know how to deal with it with other people, like when they've got fevers or they're unwell. I've helped quite a lot of my friends bring down their temperature just because I've had to deal with it myself. As for the cold, I've not ever known anyone else to get such extreme. Like, whoops, there goes my temperature. Um, like occasionally, other people have seen me do it. Like my family have seen it happen to me. Partners have seen it happen to me, but I haven't heard anyone else having like that extreme cold. And the those days where I have that like extreme 2 day heat kind of thing, I usually had like pain in the lower back first, and but it was this its own kind of pain. Like there's always, if I say pain to you, I could be talking about it's like, I'm going to generalize. It's like when males talk about colors. We've got maybe 8 colors, maybe, and if you're not, I'm just generalizing, okay. And then females will have, 5 different shades of what I'd say is blue. I'll go, that's dark blue or light blue, and I might concede that there's a navy. You know, they might start saying like things like turquoise, which is green, isn't it? Turquoise. Yeah, no, it's blue. I don't know, but see, like there's like ebony. I know ebony's black, but I'm just going to call that black. Unless I'm writing, and then I might feel a little bit more not poetic, but ebony's a nice sounding word. So it's kind of like that. If I say pain, I you might think of pain as just an ow. I think of pain as having like so many different gradients, and there's so many different types of pain, and I'm familiar with many, many different types of pain. So if I say pain, I could be talking about pain 8.3 this time, but if I'm talking about another situation, I could be talking about pain Z.22 this time. That kind of thing. It's that weird. So yeah, if with chronic fatigue syndrome, temperature fluctuations seem to be a thing, and no medicine's ever helped. Never had a doctor go, oh yeah, your temperature gland responsible for this aspect is off. Take this medicine or something like that. You know, if you're hot and cooking inside, do these things. If you're cold, get warm. Um, Out of the two, I'd rather be cold because it's easier to get warm than it is to get cool. Especially in Australia, especially right now. It's hot, still, muggy, still as in like there's the like it's the air is still, and it's muggy, and you're cooking, just cooking. So yeah, it's a thing, people. Thank you very much for letting me share with you day 51. If you've got any questions, fire away. Comment, introduce yourself. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, and thank you very much for letting me share with you Chronic Fatigue Syndrome's Day 51.